So good afternoon to all members of our universal philosophical community, the Wattower. Today's guest is Mr. Subba, who is a philosopher from Eastern Nepal. Mr. Subba, good afternoon and welcome to our universal philosophical community.
Hello, Demetrius. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to the Greece. And here is already 10 p.m. Here is evening, we can say, or the almost midnight now. And I said hello to everyone.
Very nice. So Mr. Subba is in Hong Kong right now. He's a renowned philosopher for his contributions to organic theories, particularly through his works Philosophy of Aphorisms, Journey to Fearless, Trans-Philosophism, and Theomorphosis. His unique coinage of titles and quotes reflects his innovative approach. In 1999, he initiated Theorism as a literary movement, beginning with fiction, and in 2015 he received numerous awards, including the International Nepali Literature Society's Best Analytical Book of the Year Award, the National Indie Excellence Award, the International Book Awards, the New York Book Festival Award, and the Southern California Book Festival Award. Mr. Subba has lectured at various prestigious universities, including Hong Kong University, Moscow University, Paris University, Dhaka University, and several institutions in India. He's the founder and leading figure of the Theorism School, which encompasses multiple faculties. Mr. Subba, nice to have you here with us today.
Yeah, nice to see you once again. Last year we had discussion about my previous philosophies. This year I have published a new book. Book is this one I want to just show. Ghostism, and it has a lot of subtitles. And the subtitle can be very clearly, I try to represent what I want to tell to the readers, and there is some points. So today we are just maybe focusing on this Ghostism, and I would like to say thank you to your team, Universal Philosophical Community, is helping me, and it is one good opportunity for me to give the lecture or just give the interview to the place where the knowledge and all kind of political system were developed, and that place is Greece, and this is my good fortune that I got this opportunity because of my dear friend Demetrius and his team. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mr. Subba. So today we're going to be talking about Friedrich Nietzsche, German philosopher, cultural critic, and philologist, known for his influential works against traditional morality, religion, and philosophy. His famous declaration, "God is dead," signifies the decline of religious belief as a foundation for human values. And also Nietzsche is associated with concepts such as the will to power, the overman, and this master and slave morality. We're going to be talking about it today. Even though his works have been misinterpreted and misrepresented after his breakdown in 1889. So both social and religious tensions deeply influenced Nietzsche's philosophical explorations and critiques. So here we are now explaining why you think Nietzsche stated this provocative phrase, "God is dead." What is your opinion on this?
Thank you very much for briefing about all his writings and opinions, and geopolitics, and cultural and games, changing the movement of the Europe almost the 19th century, and it gives the picture of his atmosphere, what he has written at that time about his all kind of writings in his famous books. And your question, and I just try to make it sense there. First of all, the philosopher has a character. Uh, Mostly the Western the philosophers, they have just very rarely find the organic concepts. They are always influenced by the some previous the philosophers, and when there is some kind of the pattern or tendency and the working steps, they want to do something new in the mass groups. And what the situation was in Europe or the world, particularly in the Europe, at that time when the Friedrich Nietzsche has just emerged in the traditional philosophies, and he just tried to divert his new concept, and the situation and is the God is dead. We are our mostly the focus on the God is dead. God is dead is one like a sentence or one kind of what we can call like a slogan also it can be called it. It can be like a proverb also we can call it. And this God of dead is influenced by the many subjects only, not in the God is dead and God is dead, but why he has written it at that time is concerned with surrounding environments, as you had before mentioned that religious situation, the poor, the people's condition, the migrating from the village to the cities, they just entered, coming to have a good life there. Industrial revolution is just going on, and some kind of like a new changing or the Renaissance period was just to go ahead at that time. Everything is like a science, industrials, economics, politics were in the changing movement at that time. But what the situation he has experienced himself, and he just failed at that time. He has written in this his writings. But in my just like studying about him, mostly when I decide track him his writing from the Darwin's theory and some of the mixing I found myself, and Karl Marx some theories also include there, and why I just include this concept. It's like the Superman concept or the hot morality or the camel morality or the slave and like a line anything is this just comes from the I think only this comes from the Darwin's evolution theory, because in the directly the Darwin did not write the metamorphosis word, but some kind of metamorphosis when we can find in his uh, uh, the book, the Sutra book, there is some words about the metamorphosis. And Darwin has written about the evolution theory. Evolution is one kind of metamorphosis, I understood. And he just used another word, metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is developing into the different stages of like a camel, lion, and the child morality, and to the Superman concept. And in this surrounding environment comes the another concept is the God is dead. And the God is dead is like a game changing the position at that time, because what I understood and according to your question also, it's like the in Europe, particularly in the Germany, people were just like getting some kind of all the answers from the God religion, and they just like a devoted to the some kind of religion and the God. Maybe he thought his uh, the point of view is that uh, God is some kind of obstacle for the development in the society. So he just tried to kill that. God means the morality belief or some kind of morality go to the religion. He just try to minimize that side, and he's try to motivate to the people themselves and people has to be develop their concept. They have to do their work themselves, solve their problem themselves. It was his opinion at that time. I think so. I think this is the first his concept to give the God is dead.
Yeah, right. So the fact here is the death of God. Now, Nietzsche shifts this problematic from a point on to the consequences and the problems deriving from this fact. He indicates this shift with the metaphor of shadows. Now, what Nietzsche gives us here is the direction of the struggle against the dominance of shadows. And let me read a short piece. After it, he says, God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers, from the gay science? And then after the death of Buddha, his shadow continued to be cast for centuries in a cave, a huge, terrifying shadow. God is dead, but due to human nature, for thousands of years, there may still be caves where his shadow will be cast, and we must overcome his shadow. That's what he mentions in his works. So this is a metaphor which actually connects Nietzsche's statement about the death of God with the image of shadows, symbolizing this lasting influence of old religious values, which even after their original belief has faded, he says that we also have to kill the shadows of these false beliefs as well. And this cave metaphor also has to do with Plato's allegory of the cave, where people mistake shadows for reality, and they have to be liberated so as to see the truth beyond the illusions. So do you actually think that something like that is happening in Nietzsche's statement and his metaphor of the shadows?
I think what was the time and what was the Nietzsche has written at that time, according to his opinion, it was right for him. And for my point of view, I just make some kind of classifications there, and exactly God was the sinner or not. What is the position of the God? God and the people and the author has the three the categories here, A, B, and C. Even the D, we can just say that. That is my point. And this my point is, I think this first time I have when I see the Google, I saw some of the other people has written about the blame to the Nietzsche about this statement. But my point is quite different with them so far. Like A, B, C, and D. It is what is I categorize. A is a author, or the B is like a God, the C is like a people of the Germany and the Europe, all others here. And Nietzsche has just what he has written in the gay science, and he's directly blamed to the God here. And my point of view is we can directly blame to the God or not. What is the position of the people and other the surrounding environment at that time? And similar the cases we had here, the Karl Marx has also just blamed to the religion, and you have just mentioned some point of the Buddha again, And some of the places, like when the Cultural Revolution was in 1966 in the China, they have destroyed a lot of temples and the gumbas and the masjid as well. The same scenario is here. One is God, one is religion, one is some shrines, the holy places. Sometimes even today we can see that maybe the 20 years before, only the Afghanistan, they destroyed many of the Gumba temples. Position almost similar. And the important thing is like exactly the God is metaphor. God represent the zero also. God represent the sky and the ocean also. Even the nature also. Can we kill the nature or not? The question is here. Can we kill the sky or not? Can we kill the zero or not? Because God represents all of this one. My point is, no, God represents zero or the vacuum or the nature or anything else. If and we kill the like nature or the sky or the ocean, can it is? This is the question. And exactly it is the right point to be killed or not. And what about the people then? And the people is making a mistake. That's my point is like that. If A is make a mistake and blame to the B is not the justice. Because this situation is like this. What he has written in the gay science and the mad people, he just used the mad and the mad is just say that we are killing the God and we are killers. This is the like his representation through this book and the madman. But the exactly mistake was done by the people. Mistake was done by the B and punished to the A. A mistake was making the B, again the Karl Marx is the same position. The mistake is by the people again, not the religion. Religion is again the, what is we call this constant, it cannot move, it cannot be active, it is inactive. Or they make active it. God, Nietzsche make a God active, and Karl Marx make a God religion active, and like Darwin also has. Darwin make a natural selection active. I have written about this one in that same article, and somebody make the active to the nature, and somebody make the active to the like nature, again the zero or the ocean, and they just punish to them. It is not justice. If they are doing this point of view, then I just, in total, I just declare them to be criminal. Even you and me. If like your friend, the baby make a mistake and punish to the A is not the right the justice that one is. Who make a mistake must be punished to the that, the guilty or the criminal. Just before you said that the allegory cape of the Plato situation we can be, I always give the example of this one too. Because the philosophers are one kind of puppeteer. Same the position is. Because in the allegory of cave, there were the two the part. One is puppeteer, one is puppets. And puppets represents to those who is a slave morality as well. If we just convert to the Nietzsche's idea, puppets are slave morality. Puppets are camel morality. Puppets can be represented the hot morality as well. Because the who puppeteer was there in the allegory cave, inside the cave, he always said that shadow in the wall is the truth. You must believe this one. Is it? He said, you must be believe the illusion, that what is shadow is the truth. Same position is here. Nietzsche, Karl Marx, Darwin, anybody, philosophers, not only them, other philosophers as well, including to me. I said everything is going through the scapegoatism. That means I want to make a puppet to the readers. And if they follow, they are going to be a puppet, and we are puppeteer. Same position in allegory cave. Like Nietzsche said, God is dead. He is a puppeteer. And we believe to his concept. We are puppets. Karl Marx said that religion is a theme of the people. He is a puppeteer. He is making puppet to us. And we are puppet again. Darwin said that natural selection. Exactly, there is no natural selection. I have contradicted many places about his writing because nature never selects anybody. So they are like mostly the philosophers, authors, just give some vision and indirectly force us to be believe on their idea. That means, in the one sense, all the philosophers are puppeteers and readers are the puppet. So we became the puppet on their the concept. And until now, I used another word there, not the hot morality. I used the jackal hauling. Jackal hauling, I am not really directly contradicted to his idea, hot morality, or hot concept, but my point of view is that because hot morality and the jackal hauling is quite different. Hots are just go through the group. They just follow the group. What the group are saying, they are following. That is a hot morality in the Nietzsche's concept. But people are not only the hot. People can speak because animal cannot speak. Cattle cannot speak, sheep cannot speak, they can only follow the group. But we have a speech and a language. When we have a speech and language, a rational sense, then we are not only the hot morality, hot people, we are a jackal hauling. Because people are doing the jackal hauling, the behavior all the time. When the Nietzsche said God is dead, and people not examining that, not filtering what is the position exactly, it is right or wrong, but they are just following and following. That means the jackal hauling, and we are the only jackal hauling position, and they are making the puppet to us. And I just change the new word in that sense. We are scapegoatier. I mean that Nietzsche just scapegoat to us, giving this knowledge, either it is false or right. But I just declare in my book, philosopher, no one is philosopher at all, because they are all making the scapegoatier in the name of the knowledge and some kind of ideas. Because that idea is not universal again. Tomorrow when the new generation, new students coming, and they just try to not believe, and they just try to make their own way. Means for time being, we just make them some kind of scapegoat, giving them some knowledge. Maybe I think this knowledge is mostly the false. Suppose like I have given some examples in my book. Mm-hmm. Even what the knowledge we have until today, even we cannot define clearly the meaning of life. Is it or not? We cannot even give even the simple meaning of life. We cannot define what is the life and what is the death. This means what is the use for all our academic and knowledge system. What the universities are doing, they are making some kind of, again, scapegoat. It is my declaration in my book. So I say that is why even any of the philosophers, they are trying to make a scapegoat. Who makes more scapegoat? Who try to convince the more people? He is a top philosopher, great philosopher. Who cannot? Then he cannot be even though his writing is best, but he cannot be a great philosopher. This is the situation from top to the bottom now until now. So the question is about again, the God is dead. And my point of view, it was wrong statement, and in this case, Nietzsche and Karl Marx has to be declared the criminals because they did the crime. And in one sense is that if we just compare the Aristotle and Plato's some kind of mistakes, I have just found in the same categories. I have just given the criminal tag to them. What is the sense is that? What is the similarity of the Plato, Aristotle, like Nietzsche and Karl Marx and Darwin? Because I have given tag for them. This is the bold decision. Even not only the bold, it's the boldest decision. No one can be declared like this, because I just think to their writings. Why I just put all of them in one category? Because Plato and Aristotle is not the similar case. Their case is quite different, because they have denied to give the voting right to the women. Is it or not? You also know that. The Plato and Aristotle denied to give the voting right to the women, and denied to give the citizens, equal citizens, to the child and the family of the slaves. This is the writing. And that kind of the injustice from the beginning. If the Plato and Aristotle has said that, oh, they are equal human beings, they have a right to be vote, they have to get the equal facility from the nation. If they have written at that time, so they, the women and the slaves, the generation, they already get the voting route and they already became the equality to other people. In this case only, I have said that they are one kind of, again, the criminals. They have to be punished because this crime is bigger than the Holocaust. Why? Holocaust only killed directly, physically, the 6 million people, but they killed mentally millions and millions of people because their generation is many millions now, until now, because it is already 3,000 years. 3,000 years means million people is victimized by their idea. And the Nietzsche's idea is also victimized many people who believe to the God or who can just have the another kind of morality and things, they have to be victimized. And this is the sense I have given the new and I don't know, it is maybe
what other academics have to say about this issue. They think that, as I've said before, the work of Nietzsche was as a response to the socio-political conditions of the time, as well as the cultural and religious ones. Not to mention the historical, philological criticisms of the Bible, the radical literature of the Enlightenment, and also the theoretical historical hermeneutics of the 18th and 19th centuries. That is the way how people used to interpret the Bible and the literary texts of the time, of Nietzsche's time. So within that framework, with all these changes going on in the 19th century, some academics and philosophers think that the actual conditions of the 19th century influenced Nietzsche's philological and philosophical agenda, so as to overturn this existing morality. And what Nietzsche was actually trying to do, they say, that was to propose a re-evaluation of values based on individual strength. He wanted to make individuals strong again and creative, so as to have a life affirmation, so as to hug, metaphorically speaking, all the harsh conditions of life and accept all the life challenges, in other words. Rather than being submissive and having this herd mentality. Do you happen to support their views?
Yes. So what the position was there in the world, or especially in the Europe at that time, what the provocative idea he has given, this was very positive, and it helps the people to understand, and that they just try to, I said, they answer their questions themselves, and they try to be motivate themselves because of some of his ideas. But the other idea is the great. But what example he has given in the God is Dead, I think that is not a suitable answer for the position. Other the writing is just like he want to just revalue or valuation at the strike law, dragon mentality and like a lion mentality. Just jump to the Superman. That is his idea. Just try to make the people stronger. Try to make them the freedom themselves. They had to decide and select their selection themselves. This kind of idea is very admirable, and other ideas is also admirable because one philosopher just start to his thinking, and just like maybe he's influenced by the Schopenhauer or somebody else, and he just developed their new idea. And this just continuously like he writing the like a series of his writing, because when we read his books, always coming the one series, and that God is Dead is not only the directly come to the, I think, the gay science. It was from the, yeah, in the beginning that he just written the date of like Greek morality, something there, musics, about so many has written. After end, he just give that person that God is dead is at last he has given. Before he has written so many that dates, and this what the situation was there in the Germany, and it was yes really the positive. I am also positive to that side.
All right, so you insist on this specific statement, and you criticize this statement, God is dead, by saying that it was not that suitable example for the people to follow. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
If we take a look at his work called Madman, there is this madman who seeks for God, and is actually revealing this new era where God has been murdered. And the madman speaks in front of an audience, and especially those who did not believe in God, and provoked great laughter. So all the people who were present there regard themselves as mature, in opposition to the madman, who, according to them, talks nonsense. So if we try to interpret the death of God as a murder, the focus shifts to justifying and taking responsibility for the act and its consequences, as we've mentioned before. Now, from then on, if we shift from the actual act of murder to the responsibility act, where do you think the exit is? What about the salvation of human beings? What's your interpretation?
He just want to shift the mentality of the people, maybe saying that this one, but practically what the philosophers are saying, maybe I'm not sure that the practically it is applicable or not, because whatever the Nietzsche said, whatever the Karl Marx said, the struggle, like the class struggle, how many people can benefit it from this one? Even though we can just go to the subaltern's point of view, like somebody said that subaltern has to be speak, they said, how many subaltern is able to be speak according to their theory? This is the point. Practically is a different thing. Idealistic point of view is different thing. And the way he just like Nietzsche had said the God is dead, and just try to give the focus to the development of the morality of the people, just a great upgrade to their ideas. But exactly we have to be just examine whether they did it or not. People has just upgraded their mentality or not, because the society is running in their own the steps. Because the thinker says something, and society is working like from the early civilization to the continuously. How much the ideas of the thinker has some kind of contribution to their what is called the civilization or some kind of steps. It is very difficult to record. It is very difficult to record. But when they are just saying and they are writing, philosophers can be highlighted. That is, there is no doubt. So suppose like I have written this article, maybe my point or me maybe highlighted tomorrow maybe, because I have given the provocative idea. But the society is moving another the path, because society is society, and we has very difficult to divert to their the ideas. Yes, Nietzsche has said this one, Desh Subba said this one, anybody has said this one. They maybe listen sometimes, but they are moving in their own path. So, however, the thinker has to just give the idea, and maybe some more or less it has some kind of effect in the society. So maybe I think maybe it was positive at that time. The all people cannot be influenced and take the advantage from it. What I said, what other people said, maybe it is taking advantage from that idea is different thing. and writing is a different thing. That is a very different thing. So I'm not sure that how much the people has get the advantage from this idea. God is dead. I'm not sure because we cannot have any record about that, any measurement of that. But only we can say is like a slightly, oh yeah, God is dead, and this just try to shift some ideas, but we cannot be sure how much the people is shifted.
Yeah, I see your point. Definitely see your point, because but by this statement, God is dead, what Nietzsche actually means doesn't mean God was alive and now is dead, but that this whole concept of God, as it is expressed through religion, has lost its power to actually provide a foundation to morality. So that people do not have to depend on religion so much, and they have to seek for their own ways. That these aphorisms expressed by Nietzsche were actually literary techniques and, let's say, philosophical methods that could be expressed in an alternative way or in a much simpler way for the people to understand and not misinterpret them. That's your point. So it's okay that Nietzsche had this kind of philosophical ideas, because these ideas actually activate readers to think critically and deeply reflect on the topics that he has raised. We all agree with that. But there is some sort of criticism on the way these literary techniques were used to express these philosophical ideas.
Yeah.
And because it was too difficult for the people to actually delve into the deepest meanings of his philosophical ideas and decode them so as to find their own light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, there are two different types of human beings, as they are historically, socially, politically, and culturally shaped until today. And this opposition, of course, seems to surpass that of social classes. How do you see this slave-master morality distinction in today's society? Is it easy for the masses to overcome their own bad selves so as to make their way through and thrive? Is it an easy thing to do? And actually adopting master morality?
When I just read his ideas and I just read the beginning of civilization and some other like the Karl Marx, the two classes, and even the Friedrich Nietzsche's good and evil, and will to power, and the other books has connected the will to power, good and evil. Has a one connection is that people has to be just like a go to the upgraded position in total. It's just like even the good and evil, even the will to power is maybe like a revaluation of value. That is the point again, because that is Superman. The concept is that one. When you just ask me about the masterless slave morality, in my point of view, from the very civilization, it was there. But my interpretation and my presentation quite different. Why? I just explain in different way. That is, at the beginning time, when one group was like even we can say that like a master morality, and another was the slave morality from the early civilization. Not only the 19th century it was, but he has represented. He just literally just give the name master and slave morality, but it was came from the early civilization. And when the human civilization at beginning, one group was like as the Karl Marx said, like a upper class, high class, otherwise a lower class. But my point of view is why different that from the early civilization, one people want to be make scapegoat to another one. Who can make a more scapegoat? That is like a what do we say the master morality, and who is going to be like a scapegoated? They became the slave morality. It is later on it changed to different names, and when we just jump to the Nietzsche and the, like Karl Marx. Karl Marx has written his Communist Manifesto published at 1848. Is it? It is published in the 1848, and the Nietzsche has just developed this concept after 1870. When his book was published in 1882, spoke Zarathustra, I think there is coming this concept, and that means in the society, uh, what is the exactly happening in the society? Exactly, they exist like a master morality or the slave morality. Even we can say that another point of view, if at present, like a billionaires of the world, what is that? Like a ABC, like a Elon Musk, like a CEO of the Amazon, anybody we can say. They try their best not to make a slave morality. They try their best to make a more scapegoat. You know why? Because their product has to be sold. If their product just try to launch in the market, if they make more scapegoat, they can be success. Either it is in the politics also. Even any president, even the like your country, the Greece, the politicians always try to make the more scapegoat. Who make a more scapegoat means the sacrifice of the people. Who can sacrifice more for their political party? Who can sacrifice more for their business? And they can be success. Means sacrifice means what here? Sacrifice means they have to be consumer. They have to be political worker. That's what I said in the Anthony Gramsci's book about I have written there. There is not the volunteer. He said the volunteer who is self volunteer like a subalterns. No, they are scapegoats, not the self volunteers. Is it? That's why I said at the present situation there is only the two kind of action human being has. One is going to make a scapegoat, and we try to come out like Superman. Nietzsche said Superman, and I used to say not Superman in scapegoat means a binary of scapegoat who just want to come out from that scapegoat zone. That is like a Superman, and in my term that is in scapegoat means he is not scapegoat, not a victim. Otherwise, we indirectly day by day we became the more victims. Even there's a good example I give you. The action of the Donald Trump. What action of the Donald Trump about the tariff war? Can he produce the master morality or slave morality? No, he doesn't affect comes to the master and slave morality. He directly scapegoat the world. He directly scapegoat to the American people. He directly scapegoat to the other people of the country, and it not only scapegoat to the people. It scapegoat the economy. It scapegoat to the all kind of the transactions as well. It is not comes under the master and morality. It means any kind of decision of the head of the state makes not only the master and master and the slave morality. It produced more scapegoats. It is the example. Even we can see again. We just try to see another point of view. Israel and the Gaza war. Israel and the Gaza war. There we can see. Is there any the master morality and the slave morality? No. There is no master morality and slavery. Even the Russia and the Ukraine war, can we see there the two moralities? No. So what is the use for this morality? They are all making the scapegoat. When you see in the television news, and somebody asks the news reader, said that why the bomb is blasting in the Gaza? They said we don't know, because they are innocent people. Innocents are victimized all the. That's why I said history must be right from the scapegoat, not from the subaltern and not from the power. Because in any war, you can see that Greece has so many wars from the long time before. Is it? The Socrates time also there war. But there is no any moralities. So master and the slave moralities. only there were victims, innocent victims. Mass people is always innocent. Maybe the one people or two people, leader or parliament, make a decision, and all people is victimized. First World War and Second World War happened in the world. There is no master and slave morality. All were victims. So my point of view is,
so he goes beyond this distinction of
yeah,
masters and slave morality.
this is the limited area. Master and the like a slave morality has a limited area. Like some people become the rich, or some the rich people and the poor people, and even the poor and rich, there is also the scapegoats, victimized. Sometimes even the master and the master, there is also the victimized. Master is always making a master. That's why I'll contradict it with the Karl Marx theory. You know why? Because he said the opposite class has a war. No, there is no opposite class war. The Bill Gates has the war with the Elon Musk, not with the general consumer, is it? Donald Trump has a war with the by Joe Biden, not for the general people. Means same class has the more war, not opposition war. The rich people has a fighting with rich people, not the poor. So poor and the rich is very different. They are always focusing to the poor and the rich is fighting, struggling. No, always rich is struggle with the rich, poor is with the poor. Philosopher is struggling with the philosopher, not the reader. I am just struggling. I have written this contradictory article, not for the readers. I have struggled with the philosophers. Is it or not? Yeah. Academic people, if you're working in some academy, like you are in university professor has a struggle with professor, not the students. Is it or not? Because they have to get the promotion, they have to get the facility, they have to get the power. They use all kind of the mechanism to get the success. Business is also the same. Politics is also the same. The voters, they have no fighting with the voters. That is my point. So maybe I said like a hot morality. Like
what about the free spirits?
Sorry.
What about the free spirits? Do they also have to fight with other spirits, or what if somebody is a free spirit and is not affiliated with any kind of universities or with any kind of doesn't have any affiliations?
What is that actually? I could not understand that word. What is that?
The free spirits. If somebody is a free spirit, like Noam Chomsky, for example, modern philosopher of the time, yeah, does he have to fight with anybody else, or free spirits don't fight?
You mean the philosophers?
Yeah.
Philosophers, I think after the 1980s, philosopher has no place to fight because we did not have any good philosophers now. There is no content as well. Maybe after the Donald Trump, maybe because when the philosophers coming, that time they must face some kind of consequences. Like when the existentialist John Paul Sartre and some of his team came into existence, they faced some kind of war in the First World War and Second World War. When they come in there at the time, they have just make some kind of idea. Maybe we are just talking about the Friedrich Nietzsche. When Friedrich Nietzsche's time came, they were fighting some kind of situation there. If some kind of situation, critical position is coming, then only the philosopher has to be born and they have to give some idea. Otherwise, if the situation is very normal, everything is very peace and very real chances to be born the new philosophers.
Yeah.
Like a Fukuyama born. Francis Fukuyama was born because of Russia collapse. Communist was collapsed, and Fukuyama had just said that the end of the history. This new idea has developed. If the Russia was not collapsed, maybe he was not born again. So when the new philosopher has to become, and his the geopolitics or his surrounding environment has to be support to him. But my case is very different. I don't know. I'm just like I'm not facing any crisis, though my idea is coming to the new organic idea, because I have so many people just ask me about this one. What thing is influenced to you, and which philosopher influenced to you? I don't know, because I never influenced by any philosophers. I never faced any consequences. Even though my life was very hard to me, but the many philosophers' life we see, they have just struggle in their life, and after struggle they just make some kind of the ideas, coin some ideas. But my life is always like a normal, little bit hard, but my life was not that stage to coin some is the new idea. So in this present situation, it's very hard to burn the new philosophers. That is why I claimed one position because there is empty, there is no place. So my second book has claimed that this situation must be think from the trans-philosophism point of view because after the postmodernism, we don't have a clear philosophy in the world. So who and what kind of the philosophy idea can guide the world? Then there is no new idea. The small, so many ideas coming, but the who can lead the world? There is no idea. Maybe some one part, or maybe we have written about the eco crisis, ecofairism. Maybe that is also the one part. Maybe.
Do you? Is it possible that we go back to ancient philosophers of the past and adopting their own ideas, like life philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Nietzsche, or Noam Chomsky's? Do you think that that might be a solution?
Yeah, I got your point. It depends on the situation.
As life philosophers.
Yeah, it depends on the situation because until now, I just see basically in the Western philosophy, all the philosophers had influence of the Socrates until now.
Yeah.
Because Socrates universal truth idea is taken by many one because universal justice, universal ideas, universal truth is the base of the Socrates. Even the postmodernism is around surrounding about that one. Somebody said that there is no universal truth. Somebody said there is a universal truth. And one thing I think last time also.
What do you think?
My point of view is I said that mine is quite different because what the tendency developed there. And the one thing I just want to tell you that Socrates was not the original in my point of view. You know why? Because before the Socrates, there was 100 years ago, there was Pythagoras and Parmenides, and Heraclitus idea was taken by the Socrates, Aristotle, and the Plato. This idea is very rarely can people know this. I just tell you because Pythagoras and Parmenides were talking about appearance and disappearance world, because they said that behind this what the world we see, there is some kind behind is some universal truth, universal power. They were just talking about that time. Socrates has just followed that idea. Plato has just followed idea. And who were against the sophists in the Athens, they follow the idea of the Heraclitus, because they say Heraclitus was argued that what we see, that is truth. There is nothing behind it. It was ideas by Heraclitus. And the Socrates idea, there are two classes in the ancient Athens, you know that is. And the ancient Athens, one group was following by the universal truth and appearance. Behind appearance, there is one universal truth, universal power. And one group was following what we see today and in front of us, that is truth. This idea is flowing continuously the postmodernism. Even when the deconstruction idea coming, or the somebody said that there is no, in the postmodernism also they are debating always discourse about there is the truth and not truth. This idea is exactly influenced by the Parmenides and the Pythagoras. It come to the Socrates, Aristotle, and the Plato, and it come to the after the 15th century, they just take the ideas. And even we can see that Nietzsche's idea is also some influence. Kant has also the talking, I think. Recently, I'm just reading about the Kant, and he is also like some kind of morality that must be followed by everyone. This idea is also influenced by there. So The what we are just doing in the
Kant is also a Latin philosopher, yeah.
yeah, in the world, mostly who has already done, it is very difficult to bring the new idea because they had directly or indirectly influenced their ideas. And I always try to see myself, what about me? My idea is influenced by somebody else or not. I think it is my thinking I'm not influenced even though. But because when you see, only you have just today talking about the Nietzsche's God is dead, but another part still you didn't see maybe. He always say that morality, fear is the morality, mother of the morality. He has many places he has written, fear is the mother of morality. And he said another places, I have a lot of references in my book, and in another place he said, fear can be explained everything. But nobody has noticed that one is. And that means I said Friedrich Nietzsche is a theorist philosopher because there is no another thing. He said, fear is the mother of morality. When he said the one sentence, that is enough because he can synthesize all his sentences. And again, he said, fear is can be explained everything. Means there is nothing more to be explained and discussed. Is it or not? If say somebody say, fear is everything, he said, then the finished, no, nothing to anybody be discussed and discourse. This was, he has written many places. And one of my friend has did a PhD in the Nietzsche's theory. I said to him, Nietzsche has said that fear is the mother of morality. He said, no, because he not focused on that idea. I am just always working in the fear, so I have to point, I have to notice. So even maybe you never notice. This is the many places he has written. Fear is mother of morality. Means he's all the master of morality, slave morality comes under the fear, according to him, not me, according to Nietzsche. And again he said his all idea, either Superman or the lion or dragon, also can be explained from the fear. He said, not me, again. So this is the thing that when you are interested in some part of the idea, only you focus on that. You cannot see the another things. Even you are writing a book, what you want to be expressed in your idea, only you focus. I just like me. When I was writing about the theorism, it was not directly coined by me. You have already read that. Because my friend has noticed first. I have written in my trash, no. Yeah, trash means don't read fairness. No, another novel. And I did not see that word myself. And I have distributed my friends that manuscript to give me the feedback. When one of my friend has given me the return back that my manuscript, he underlined that word, theorism. We just in the Nepali we say bhayabat. And I just click in my mind after that only. So it means when we are writing, reading, we cannot focus. We cannot see all one by one words directly. Takes time. And when somebody say, hey, you have written this good word, your poems, this version is very good. Then only we click. Oh yeah, I have written this one. Like that. That's why my writing is very organic. This is the point. I did not write theorism because of study a lot of books. I will sleep whole day and whole night stay in the library. Almost no. I just suddenly somebody just give me. Suddenly I have started to start writing, and it takes 15 years to shape a book. So this is the position. And so like a pure morphosis, transphilosophism, still I'm thinking it is influenced by other or not. No, maybe not. But my idea maybe a little bit, maybe they are touch with them because we are the human being, and your idea, my idea may be sometimes touching. That is another thing. But directly the question comes, I just read the metamorphosis and I read the phenomorphosis. Means that is also maybe the influence is coming there. But what I was doing is first I just thinking about any kind of metamorphosis, there is a fear of dying. Then I started to read the metamorphosis. What he said, Francois Kafka said what, and how he expressed that idea. And I just later on I just studied. And the theorism is the same. First I just developed the theorism and started to explore other people how he explain it. But during the time in the 2014, I did not find the strong book about the fear, because at that time my habit was not deep study. And later on, I started to read who work about the fearism, what their expression. Then, and later on, I met the master Michael Fisher. He has already written so many papers about my book. So this is the situation. Is there? That is why I'm very different with them. The question is that the other philosophers is like definitely influenced by the Parmenides, and I said that Pythagoras and the ancient philosophers idea is influence to all the thinkers. There is no doubt.
Of course. Think, and also let's put ourselves into other people's shoes. Let's put ourselves into madman's shoes, who is aware of the crucial events of our times, fully conscious of what has happened, and also very worried about what is going to follow, as the madman himself believes that nihilism is on the way, and what is left to do on our behalf is to confront the situation decisively and face it head on. This is exactly what Nietzsche does throughout his work, and he tries to give us the wake-up call, the way you do through your own philosophy, in a different way, of course, and for the benefit of the whole society. So thank you very much, Mr. Subba, for explaining us what you think what your position is regarding Nietzsche's statement, God is dead. And also thank you for explaining your own philosophies, aphorism, and fearmorphosis. And we hope to have a similar conversation in the near future.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me a time. And when we discuss, I always used to learn some new things. And what the question you raised, it struck my mind. I need to think, and I try to develop some new ideas. And thank you very much for you and your team. Yeah, I am available on mostly all the social medias, even the email, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter also, LinkedIn. Mostly I use the LinkedIn, and yeah, even they can drop the comments in my YouTubes. I just started to make a small YouTubes, because some ideas cannot be directly, they can have a time to read. So I think it is helpful for them to like a 10 minutes, 5 minutes. What is exactly the political scapegoat? What is exactly blasphemy scapegoat? What is family scapegoat? Such kind of small pieces I am just publishing in the YouTube, and they can be contact with me there.
Mm-hmm. And would you like to show your book once again?
Yeah,
camera.
Yeah, and this is the hardcover, and this is also the soft cover, and it has a Kindle version as well. It doesn't look nice, but it's okay. But it's okay.
Yeah,
It's ghostism, and the scapegoatism has a difference, because most of the people has used only the scapegoat, and I just twist always. I use to give them my own word, and my point of view is that scapegoat has a lurking part. Is a ghost. Ghost is a metaphor for the morality and the religious. Like we can just see the genocide of the Holocaust. There is always a ghost. Ghost means they believe some kind of system, and because of their belief system, they look other people as evil, and they want to kill, they want to torture, they want to like a heresy. Anything can be. So any kind of scapegoat, there is a ghost. Ghost is some belief system. It is that's why I just changed. And scapegoat is not the proper word. I just say so. Ghost must be scapegoat, and this theory is known as scapegoatism. Yeah, this is the book.
Well said.
Mhm.
Well said. Thank you very much for being with us today
Mhm.
once more. And we
Yeah.
hope to discuss a similar issue in the near future.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, you can just cut. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.